What is up YouTube, and welcome to this Gotham video. I know it's been a while since I've actually done a Gotham video. I just haven't been able to actually go out and actually make my Gotham reviews because I've been working on Fridays, which is when I would actually be doing them. However, I've watched the latest episode and it's amazing. I really did love this episode. We finally saw a proper Batman, kind of, albeit it was in a hallucination. We've got Ivy being absolutely amazing. And just as a whole, the show is stunning, and Arrow was as good this week as well. So DC TV is in a good state this week. So what the best thing about this episode was the fact that we did have Jerome return. And Jerome is definitely one of the best things about this show. And the whole looming sword of Damocles, the Joker, above him is something which is really tough to avoid talking about. Now, they've actually come out and said that we will see a Joker on the show, it just won't be Jerome. Now, that is pretty weird when you think about it, considering that Jerome is pretty much the Joker by far. He's probably played actually quite a few versions of the Joker so far. He's played quite a few different kind of inspired incarnations. However, he isn't the Joker. Now, the actor has actually said that he is going to be playing two characters. So the fact that he's playing two characters is something which is incredibly odd. And is something I'll get into a bit later on. The reason I'm making this video, the kind of inspiration I had, was seeing that episode 21 will be entitled One Bad Day. Now, if you will remember the Killing Joke, we did have a whole monologue from the Joker all about one bad day, and it does take one bad day to turn the sanest person alive into pretty much the Joker. And that is what he proved, or tried to prove, with Jim Gordon, with Barbara and everything like that happened over in the Killing Joke, which I didn't like the animated movie, but I really do love the comic. It's one of my favourite comics of all time. Now, it's really weird that really we're getting that title, and it's a very inspirational title. It's something which is kind of obvious if you think about it, if you think that maybe that is how we are actually going to be kind of getting a Killing Joke style story. And kind of we've sort of had that we had the whole amusement park kind of thing previously in one of the previous arcs of the Joker, or Jerome even. So one thing, there's kind of two ideas I'm thinking now. One idea was one I had before I watched the latest episode, and the second one was when I actually watched the episode, of how the Joker will actually be introduced into this show. Now, the first one is that Jerome will actually cause the creation of the Joker. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean that we will basically get a Killing Joke episode. I think that we will get Jerome, he will kind of turn and get someone and can kind of turn them into something. We sort of saw that in the episode with the Penguin in jail with Jerome, and he wanted to cure the Penguin and turn him kind of insane again. It didn't really work that well, and that's kind of quite similar to that story where he wants to kind of turn someone into himself, but even worse. So we know we're getting a sort of Jerome-led super villain team. We're getting the Mad Hatter, we're getting Scarecrow and everyone like that joining him, taking on Gotham City, which is going to be absolutely insane. I really can't wait for that storyline. And I do think that maybe he will kidnap someone and will cause all this. But then again, that is just a bit too much. Kind of the end of that in an amusement park is a bit too similar to the previous arc. However, there's one which we could have, which is where Jerome actually, the final battle ends up being at the Project M factory or near the Lazarus Pit. And what happens is, throughout this fight, we actually see Jerome kind of take on everyone, and then the one bad day is where everything is completely going wrong for Jim and the rest of the GCPD, and this leads to a final fight where we believe that Jerome is actually killed, but this leads to him actually going forward, and then he ends up becoming an actual full-on Joker. So, of course, the comic book origins is that the Joker fell into the vat of chemicals in Ace Chemicals. However, here we could have him fall into the actual creation of something which was created in the TV show, this kind of Project M Lazarus Pit kind of water hybrid. So seeing that would be really, really good. And then he would be accelerated into the kind of an older person. It would grow and things like that into a kind of fully fledged Joker, which would be really, really cool. And that could lead into two characters. He would be completely different, wouldn't he, if he was playing two characters, if he was actually being the Joker, and they twisted it and tricked us all this time. I think that would be really, really neat to see. However, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you think that the season will end with possibly he could also end up in the same swamp as Solomon Grundy? This could lead to his kind of fully white skin and the kind of green hair as well. That could be another thing, but then that could also be the same effect that the Project M stuff will actually have on him. So that's it for this video. Let me know what you think in the comments. Please drop a like, please subscribe, and I'll see you soon, and goodbye.